what we do here is go back.
Top of the morning to you lads. What's going on? What's up, Hiroshi? Let's light this candle. No, I'm not drunk. It is St. Patty's Day. What's going on, everybody? This is an episode of Tuned In Live St. Patrick's Day special. If you guys have yet to do so, feel free to hop on over to our following channels, twitch.tv/everythname. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're over there, give us a follow over there. Or if you're watching us on vice versa, hop on over to our YouTube channel, subscribe and like over there, and also hit that notification bell if you guys have yet to do so for updates on our community posts, live streams, game streams, all that good shit, etc., etc. So, I know I posted on my Facebook, well, not my Facebook, well, you can't see it on Facebook because I'm Facebook banned. Again, I have been for a while. I'll be up around April 1st, maybe, if they let me. But I did post on the community tab, and I did post on the Discord. If you guys are following us on the Discord, link below in the description section. If you have yet to join us on Discord, click that link, hop on over, and join us on Discord. Got everything set up over there, voice channels, hangouts, everything. So if you guys want to be part of that, with the gameplay clips, nostalgia, memes, anime, all things gaming, anything like that, I got it all set up. Meet new people over there. We're cool about everything. You just click that link, hop on over, and join us over there. So, I have been, I guess you could pretty much say my health-wise, I've been kind of sick for the last 3 weeks or so. Like, one of the last episodes I did, what was it, 3 weeks ago? I think it was 3-4 weeks ago, almost a month ago. I had a very bad toothache. And I was doing a game stream. I was playing Call of Duty, and my gum, like, it was just hurting really, really bad. I had what they call a dry socket, which is where when you have a tooth removed or you lose a tooth, because, of course, you know, as an adult, you don't have any baby teeth, so nothing's going to grow in place. So I have what you call dry socket, which is basically when you lose a tooth or you have a tooth extracted, you have an open space right there, and there's supposed to be a blood clot in place. A clot fills up the spot. That way you don't get any kind of infections or anything within that gum. Well, it eventually became infected. I believe it became infected. That was like, I want to say maybe a month before the pain started. And then, of course, over a period of like, I don't know, 3 days, I had this very severe mouth pain, and I could not stand it anymore. Like, I had to take and drink bottles of water. I was pocketing water in my cheek just to soothe the pain, just to numb the pain a little bit. But, you know, every time I swallowed the water or if I didn't have anything there, the pain would come back, and it'd be like, God, like the pain on the charts was off the fucking Richter scale, basically. So I went to patient first that night, you know, and I had the doctor examine it, and he was like, "Yeah, you gotta see a dentist about that." I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much. You know, I don't have a dentist right now. I need to find one. You know, I gotta actually sign up for dental insurance to do that. I still gotta do that. I gotta look online for that kind of shit. But since then, you know, he gave me some antibiotics to take and painkillers, and it's done wonders. It really has. I still have this one back tooth right there, where I guess there must still be something inside that's infecting it. Maybe like if I bite down hard on it, like if you eating something, I'll get a real sharp pain once in a while, but it does subside, so it's not as bad. So I'm careful with how I eat and what I eat, and I've gotten accustomed to it so far. So it's been pretty good. It's done pretty good, very well for itself. And ever since I did that, like I said, there's no pain. I didn't have to really put any kind of like Anbesol on my teeth. So I've been pretty good with that. I've been pretty good, pretty well. And then of course last week I went and got some blood work done. And my fiance, she was kind of worried about my calves because, I'm a big guy. My calves looked like they were swollen up. She was worried that I might have fluid building. So she wanted me to get my legs checked. Luckily, my legs are good. It's just I got to basically do a lot more standing or stretching out my legs, because I do quite a bit of sitting, for a lot of things, especially my job. But it is what it is. I'm just glad I'm not that part. And then, of course, I had blood work done. And it's funny. Not a lot of people are needle people. No, not a lot of people like going to the doctor. Not a lot of people like to get needles, stuck in them. But then you got people that are like, I'm getting a tattoo. I'm going to go out and get a brand new tattoo. I'm going to tap my arm. I'm going to tap my leg. I'm going to tap my balls. I'm going to put one on my nipples and shit. I'm like, God damn, that's like, what, 50 some, maybe 100 fucking needles, tiny needles all going in your skin at once. Just to ink it up. That's basically all it does. So it's like, you can go get a tattoo done, but you won't sit through somebody sticking a needle in you and leaving it in there for like 30 seconds or so, which is basically what they do. When they draw blood, they'll stick that little needle in you, and now they got this syringe thing that they attach to the other end, to where I don't know if they pump something in order to pull it out, but yeah, they draw the blood and that's that. And I don't like looking at needles being stuck in me or stuck in anybody, period. I kind of look away. That's why, like, when I go in there and they got the booths set up, they're like separate booths next to each other, and each side has these goddamn handlebars on each end. You got the one bar that's horizontal, then you got the one that's kind of like at a 45-degree angle. So I was like, which side do you want to grip on and hold on to, basically? So I sit there. And I'm getting ready, she's feeling for my vein, she's checking my right arm for a vein. Usually it's up where the crease is, where your elbow is. And she couldn't find a vein in there. She couldn't, she was tapping for it. She was feeling for it. She couldn't see it. She said, let me try your other arm. So I give her my other arm, and she's feeling around there. She's like, I can't find a vein. Well, where'd you hide your veins at? I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, somewhere under the fat? I don't know. So she goes about 3 inches up my arm, and she found a vein right where it was at. And I was prepping myself. I clenched my fist, like she said, and I felt it go in. And you know what the funniest thing is? Like, even though I'm not a needle person, I really do hate needles. So does a lot of people, in the country and all around the world or whatever, whoever, whatever. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, this doesn't really hurt as much as it would if it were in like the crease of my elbow, and that's funny because I felt it go in, but it wasn't as painful, and I'm like, should I be nervous? Should I worry? Like, did she hit a vein? Actually, I don't know, but she got it, and it was left in there for 30 to 60 seconds while she got what she got. And then she, retracted it, put a Band-Aid on it and everything, and that was that, and I was waiting 72 hours for my blood work to come back. And meanwhile, I got a fucking bruise right there on my arm, right behind where the incision was made. And I looked it up, and they say usually, and a lot of people tend to have them, bruising tends to happen or appear after you get blood work done. So I still got, it's like a hickey-sized bruise on my arm. All I gotta do is just say my fiance, she couldn't find any good spots on my neck, so I gave her my arm to feed on. So I just do that, here, suck my arm. That's how she got the blood out. So I wait for my results, and my results came back. I'm like, okay. Basically, and I told a friend of mine yesterday, because I went to the doctor yesterday, and I'll get to that in a second. I told my friend yesterday, I was like, you know what, the one thing anybody really hates, or I really can't stand when you go to a doctor for any little thing. And of course, when you go to a doctor or you go to a medical center, like patient first, right time, whatever, and they got to check your vitals, they got to check, register all your vitals and stuff, check your weight and stuff like that, So everywhere you go, no matter what, if you're going in for a cold, if you're going in for a cough, blood work, whatever, they got to check your vitals. They check your weight, they check your height, they check your blood pressure, the normal 3 routine right there. And I was like, what gets me? It's like, I don't mind going to the doctor. I mean, it's a pain in the ass sometimes. But when you go to the doctor, and it's always the same every time. They're basically just telling you you're fat. They basically tell you you're fat. You're like, oh yeah, I know you're coming in for your thing today, but by the way, you're fat. Like, no fucking shit. Do I need a fucking doctor's opinion to tell me, hey, I'm fat? Like, I look down, it's like, holy shit. I really did need a doctor to tell me I look like fucking Brendan Fraser in that new movie, even though I'm nowhere near that. I'm nowhere near that limit right there. But it's like, so I basically just come in, so you tell me, yeah, you're fat. That's all. You're just, I'm like, I'm not fat, I'm big bone, bitch. I'm fucking fluffy as shit. So my results came back, and everything looked good, I think there was a couple other things that were like kind of high or whatever that I need to look out for, but it's basically, them telling me, exercise more, go on a low carb diet, don't eat this, don't eat that, and it's like, yeah, maybe I should. So I'm, drinking a lot more water, trying to eat a lot less fatty foods, that kind of thing. Yeah, to some people it's hard. Like, even like with snack cakes, like little snacks, stuff like that, that you can nibble on. And I found a way, that, how you eliminate that is you don't buy the shit. You don't go out and buy the shit. Like, if you go out, like, let's say if I go out to work and I got a little bit of spending money or whatever, and I want to stop at a 7-Eleven or something to get me something to snack on at work, if I don't want to do that, I'll just leave my money home. I'll leave my money card home. I'll leave cash home, whatever. That's all you got to do. Just leave the shit home. Just like when you're at home, how do you resist that temptation? Don't buy the shit. Basically, don't buy the shit. Don't bring it in the house. I always had this thing of years growing up where it's like, and I know sometimes some people will eat out of boredom, because it's like, even if they're not hungry, they're just looking for something to eat or something like they're just bored or they want something to do or need something to do, that kind of thing. So I would do this, I would walk out from my bedroom and I'll go to the kitchen and I would start searching cupboards. I'll be looking in one cupboard, looking in another cupboard, looking in another cupboard. And at the time, my mother would be like, what you looking for? And I'm like, maybe something to eat. So she would give me some suggestions and all, but I'll be like, I don't know, maybe. Then I'll look in the fridge. Sometimes I'll even double back. I'll just like do kind of like a fucking beeline in the kitchen itself. Like, I'll look in the fridge, I'll look in the freezer, I'll be like, don't feel like cooking, it takes too long. And then I'll go back to the cupboards and I'll relook and I'll be like, at that point, I'll just fucking give up. That's all it is. I've grown that lazy physique, that laziness physique of, should I, shouldn't I, do I? I'm like, nah, I'll just fucking go. Oh, what is this? Somebody on Twitch. I want to offer promotion of channel viewers. Yeah, okay, whatever. Spam bot over on Twitch. That is what it is. What's that? Doggy hype, dogehype.com? Yeah, whatever. If you want to promote me, promote me. I'm not going to pay, for you to promote me, that kind of thing. So basically, going back to, my story with my blood work, so it's like all my numbers pretty much, they came up around normal. They were pretty good. My fiance, she was loving enough to reassure me, you're normal, Mr. A1C. If nobody knows what A1C is, it's basically your number level for your diabetes, your sugar level, your glucose. So I know, and it's funny because the day I went out for my blood work, I had a snack cake to snack on because I was actually hungry. I didn't feel like wanting to make a big meal, and I had like maybe an hour or so before I had to go. So I just grabbed a strawberry shortcake out of the fridge and I ate that. And I was like, I wonder how much of this is going to affect me, with my blood work. And I even told the doctor, I told the nurse, and I was like, can I get my blood work done today? Because I did have something to eat before. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Just let them know. Even though I kind of forgot to let them know, in a sense. I was like, yeah, I sort of forgot. But, when my numbers came back, they were pretty good. My glucose was at like 73 or 74, which is a really good number. And when my fiance read that, she was like, I fucking hate you. So she's not diabetic. She actually lowered her numbers, which is good. She's happy for that. She's keeping them nice and low. She's eating really healthy. I'm really proud of her, and I love her very much for that. She's really good. I love her for everything she does. So she's keeping her numbers low. So she's not technically diabetic right now, because she's eating well. She's really getting healthy. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I should get myself down there too. So, and I was like, well, my glucose was like 74. I wonder what my A1C is. Now, for anybody who has diabetes, I mean, of course, your A1C level, it starts to borderline at like 5.6, I believe. Yeah, you A1C. She just messes me. Yeah, you A1C. I can't stand you. Oh, shit. So, I was waiting for that, and it's like, your A1C level, it starts at like 5.6. That's like the very base of diabetes stage 1. And it goes up, not only like with your health, but with your age as you go, it affects you greatly. Mine's at like 5.3, so I'm like, I'm not quite diabetes yet, so I'm doing good. My cholesterol, all that good stuff, is actually doing pretty good. However, I got another thing back saying my protein was kind of low or something in my my kidneys. And of course, kidney failure, kidney disease runs in my family, so that kind of stuff is to look out for. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that. Do yearly blood work and make sure my stuff is going good. But anyway, like health-wise, my blood work came back pretty good. There's a couple red flags here or there, but it's nothing to worry about too much right now, as my doctor says. So I'm like, okay. So a month ago, I went in for my teeth. Last week, I went in for blood work. And then yesterday, this is where everything falls into place right now, where I'm just like, I'm tired of seeing a goddamn doctor, Just like, I know how my dad feels. My dad, he's got a lot of health issues. Oh, pre-diabetic is 5.6. Okay. I thought that was like borderline base. Okay, that's pre-diabetic is 5.6. But, so yesterday, I was trying to do some chores around the house a little bit, I was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And my fiance, she was working yesterday. Originally, it's her day off. I figured, she went to work and it gave me something to do. So I was like, okay, I'll do a couple things here or there. If I have the time, I'll do a podcast or a game stream or whatever. So it was about 8 or 9 something in the morning. And my first task was to clean the cage of our mighty guinea pigs. And if you don't know what guinea pig, they're furry little fuckers. Well, they say they got fucking diseases or some shit, but they're something else. Those little furry fuckers. Sometimes you can stand them, sometimes you can't, but they're too fucking cute to give up. We got them for the kids. So the kids were in school, and I decided, pink-eyed bastard. Yeah, I'll get there. So basically, I'm sitting there cleaning the fucking cage, and something just happened to blow into my face. I had a fan blowing on me. It was kind of hot. So I was sitting there. I'm scrubbing the cage out. I already dumped their bedding and everything into a trash bag, and I start wiping it down. And then, of course, something just flies in my eye, gets blown in my eye. Some little particle. I don't know what the fuck it was. So, whenever something like that happens, and I know people tend, they tell you, don't rub your eye. And I'm like, well, I got something in my eye. I got to try to get it out. So I'm sitting there rubbing my eye and rubbing. And then it feels like it's getting worse, like it's not coming out. And it starts to feel like it's kind of sharp in there. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm just like trying to rub it. I'm trying to, like open my eyes, spread my eyelids apart and everything. I'm trying to, rub it out. But nothing seemed to work. So I'm sitting there, I got a clean paper towel on hand, I'm wiping my eye, and of course my sinuses start acting up a little bit, usually. Yeah, you beat the shit out of me. Yeah, before you went to work, you just fucking did that. You beat the shit out of me. You said, bitch, do this, do that today, or I'm gonna come back and blacken your other eye. That's what you did. You gave me one. You said, I'll owe you one later if none of this shit's done. I said, yes, Musa. Yes, Musa. I'm scared of you now. So I'm rubbing my eye, and my eye starts to swell up a little bit, and I kept checking in the mirror, kept looking in the mirror. I was like, okay, my eye is pretty red, from all the rubbing, right? This and that. So I'm just trying to fight through it, I'm trying to fight through it. My eye is starting to swell up real bad. It's real teary. And I'm just like, I'm just going to fucking finish up here. And I'm going to go get some medicine somewhere for this. I'm tired of it. And after about 10 minutes or so, I went back and looked in the mirror, and my eye was swollen and orange. And I'm like, oh Christ, this ain't good. So I just pushed myself to finish up doing what I was doing with this guinea pig cage, and I was out. So I put it all together, got them back, and I grabbed my stuff, and I drove myself down to patient first. And luckily the wait wasn't long, because you figure 9 o'clock in the morning, there shouldn't be too many people dying out there. There shouldn't be too many people dying at 9 o'clock in the fucking morning, right? Because anytime you decide to go to a patient first or some kind of medical center, all at the same time, people tend to fucking die or have some kind of issue with them all at the fucking same time. And that's one of the issues I usually have. Like, I hate going to patient first because I gotta wait there, like in the back room, gotta wait like an hour or so before a doctor comes around and sees you. But luckily I wasn't there that long, so I got in there, I checked in with the girl behind the desk, the receptionist. And of course, like, here's where my issues begin with this. Okay, so this is going to be a boatload of a story for you guys. So I hand her my card, my ID and my insurance card, and I have Kaiser Permanente. So she asked me, she holds up my card, and she asked me, is this through your work or state? Now, I got it through like Maryland Health Connections, which helps you get good deals, better deals on health insurance. That way you're not paying out like $200-300 fucking dollars. The state pays for a majority of it, I believe, and you pay whatever's left. So I pay like close to $30 a month now for health insurance. Comes right out of my pocket. It's better than, I'd rather do it that way than go through my job, have them try to rate me for whatever, so that's what I do. So I was like, I don't know, through the state? And she was like, oh, we can't take it through the state. We no longer take Kaiser through the state. I'm like, I was just here recently, and the last few times I used it here, y'all accepted it. So she had to go ask somebody, and I'm sitting there thinking, when the hell did this fucking change all of a sudden? Like, oh, we can't take it. I'm like, bullshit, you can't take it. You motherfuckers took it the last time. You took my fucking money. So she came back, and I forgot what she told me, what it was, what type of insurance it was. And I was like, yeah, because I thought through the state, because I went through Maryland Health Connections or whatever it was, So I was like, state insurance, I guess. I don't know, but it's not direct state insurance. You're paying out for Kaiser. So Kaiser, you can either pay out of pocket or you can go through your job, whatever. So I get registered in, I get seen, And of course, the nurse comes in, she looks at my eye, and she was like, you got a severe case of conjunctivitis. That's just me. That's just me doing it. I should play some danger music for like, you got a bad case of conjunctivitis. And I'm thinking, oh no. So she begins to prescribe me some medication. And she was like, where do you want to pick your medication up? You could do it here, or I could send it somewhere. And I was like, how much is it to get it here? And she said, well, if you get it through here, it's going to be $49.95. But, if you send it somewhere else, it could be a lot cheaper. And if it's not any cheaper, I'll give you a good RX card to give you a discount on it. I was like, okay, whatever, I can do that. Damn. So I sent it to my local Walgreens. Now, this is where I kind of feel dumbfounded. So I have it sent to Walgreens, and I could have swore any medication that I have ever gotten has went through the local Walgreens near me. I had it sent there. So I'm on my way down after I get checked out and everything, I'm going down there and I get in line. I'm talking to the guy at the counter, I give him my name and all that. He's like, yeah, I see your medication here. You got 2 medications, prescription for eye drops and a steroid. I was like, yeah, that's it. So he started to put it in and he was like, okay, well, we'll give you a call or text. And, when we get it all finished, I don't know how long it's going to take. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I come home and I take a shower, get myself prepped, and I'm sitting there, I get out of the shower. I'm like, okay, no text yet. I'll go ahead and lay down for a little bit, take a nap, and I'll just pick it up a little later. So about almost 2 hours later, my alarm goes off and I get up and I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? No text. How long does it take to fill this shit? It's eye drops in a fucking pill. So I call them up. And I'm talking to the head pharmacist, the head dick of the pharmacy. And I told him my dilemma. And he's basically saying, well, if you went there, we no longer, Kaiser will not cover any kind of medication that is ran through this pharmacy. They will not, they're not covering anything here. If you get it, we can fill it here, but you would have to pay out of pocket for it. And I'm like, but I've picked up medication through you all before, and I've had no issues unless you changed something somewhere. And he's going to sit there and tell me, no, you haven't. I'm like, motherfucker, I've picked up shit through you motherfuckers before. How you going to tell me I don't know what I have and haven't done, So I'm like, so you're not going to cover me. You're not going to fill my prescription, even though they send it over. They said, well, you can send it, we can fill it for you. That's fine. And then, it's just, Kaiser won't cover it. And I said, okay, well, I'll go ahead and call them back up and see if they send it somewhere else. You can just take your pharmacy and shove it up your fucking ass. And I hung up on them. And I'm like, because that pharmacy up there, I know my fiance goes through them. That's closer and convenient for her and all. Me, I hate it because their customer service is fucking terrible at times. Because I'll get right back to that before, after I finish the next thing. So I call up patient first, and I tell him my dilemma. I said, look, I was in there this morning, and I was talking to one of the nurses too. I was like, I was there this morning, and I had the opportunity to get my medication through you guys, and I had it sent to Walgreens, but Walgreens, for whatever reason, will not fill it because Kaiser doesn't cover it there. Would you be able to send it to one of my Kaiser facilities? And they did. They sent it right on over to Kaiser, which is not too far from me. And I called them up, and I asked them if they got the order in. And they say, yeah, we see it here. We'll get it filled. It'll be about an hour. I said, okay. So after all that was said and done, and by the way, I went up there, within like a 45-minute period, and I got my medication. It was only $10. I paid $10, so I was like, okay, I saved money right there. I paid $10 for medication, so I've been taking it, so far today, and yesterday and today. And let me tell you, it's kind of like a horror story. Or a horror movie, like when I'm sitting there putting eye drops in my eye, because I'm like, it's like the anticipation, like when you're holding something up to your eye, when you're with your head tilted back and just waiting for that drop to go in. It's like, ugh, I hate it. I hate anything getting my eyes, but you got to do it. You got to do what you got to do, to clear it up. So they say, take it every 3 hours. Take a drop every 3 hours. So I took one like almost an hour ago. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta wait till 3 o'clock to take my next one. But going back to Walgreens, because I sent a fucking email to corporate about how they run that fucking pharmacy at that particular store, right? Because I was on a rage with them. I did all this before I went to Kaiser to get my medication. So I'm sitting there filling out this lengthy email to them, and I'm like, yeah. These motherfuckers, they just denied filling my prescription up, saying that they can't take my my insurance anymore. Supposedly my insurance will not cover it anymore. Not only that, I also told them, now, this is a truth right here. So their drive-up window on the side, the speaker box has been busted for months. you know, when you pull up, you know, and they talk to you through the speaker. It's a real convenience, you know. You could just drive up to the teller, you know, they get you your medicine, they put it in that little chute, you know, you pick it up, and that's that. You don't have to worry about going in and waiting in line. Well, their speaker's been broken for the last 2 months, right? And this is something else. Uh-oh. I put them in there for you. Yeah. But I go there, and they got this sign in the window that says, "Speaker's broken, come inside." I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And this is for when I go to pick up my fiance's medicine at any time. I'm like, I gotta go in, I gotta stand in a line. And let me tell you something. The pharmacy at this Walgreens, all right, there's 3 windows. There's one for consultation, and there's 2 separate windows for pickup or, you know, put in a prescription, you know? You got one pharmacist working one of those windows, while you got 3 or 4 other fuckers in the back, and you can see them through the fucking window. You can see them through the window. You got the head fuck, and you got his 2 other fucks in the goddamn back. One of them motherfuckers could come to the other window and see a customer. No, you got one fucker working one window, while 3 other fuckers are sitting in the back. Hey, look at the herd outside. Oh my god, there's so many motherfuckers. Which one of y'all want to deal with it? I guess I'll deal with it. Anybody want to help? No. We'll just sit back here, twiddle on our phones, and play on Facebook and talk about my hair on Instagram and shit, or try to fill your fucking medications. Shit, I wonder if there ever a time where if somebody had a prescription filled and it was filled with the wrong goddamn pills, you know where it would come from? That fucking Walgreens up the street. That's where it would come from. And I was sitting there one day last week. I was picking something up for my fiance. And just this one scrawny motherfucker standing there in the goddamn booth, you know? He had just got done with one person. I'm standing there, I'm next in line. And he's like, "I'll be with you in a moment, sir." So I'm just standing there, leaning against the rail. He's sitting there on the computer. Then he's answering phones. And then he's on the computer again. And then he's going back and talking to the head fuck again. And I'm thinking, you're just gonna leave me hanging for like 2 or 3 fucking minutes? Like, what kind of customer service is this? Like, if you can't do something, have one of those fucks in the back come to the next window and open up. Keep the flow of the goddamn line going. You know, you got fucking people in there that are older than Ronald Reagan fucking standing, and they can't stand anymore. They can't bring a wheelchair in the goddamn fucking place. They're standing there like, what the fuck's going on? What's taking so long? These fucks behind the goddamn window. You know, there was one night I went into Walgreens to pick something up from the pharmacy. I made friends with somebody. I made friends with this old guy standing in line, and we're sitting there talking about random shit, you know. And I was in line for maybe about 10 minutes, you know, and we're sitting there having a good old conversation. Then I went up, got my stuff. I said, "Hey, have a good night. Good luck to you." Da 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 da. And that was that. I made friends with somebody in the fucking line. That's how bad their fucking customer service is. Like, they send all the sheep inside to go through one fucking window. And I told one of the bitches that was working there one day, and I went there to pick something up. I was like, if your speaker box is broken, why don't you just close that window? Put the shutter down. "Oh, we tried doing that a few months ago when it started acting up, but somebody from corporate came down and they saw it and they asked why was it closed, and we told them, and they said, well, you gotta keep it open." I'm thinking, you motherfuckers close it. You used to close it sometimes during the day. They used to. You had to go inside when the fucking store was open. Like, Jesus Christ. So apparently somebody from corporate told him, "Oh, well, you gotta keep it open. Just put a little sign. You know where a sign is? Right down in the bottom corner of the fucking window. That's where the sign is. Right in the bottom of the fucking window where you can't see the goddamn thing, and you won't be able to see it until you pull up, and you're like, fuck, now I gotta go in? Jesus Christ." So, and I told her, I said, well, maybe somebody should make a complaint to corporate about it. Maybe it should take a few angry customers or something to make complaints to corporate and say, hey, get out here and fix it. Even though she was like, "Oh, we tried getting them to fix it, but they won't come out and do anything like that." And I'm thinking, yeah, that's what happens with a lot of jobs. Corporate don't give 2 shits about anybody. as long as that money's come flowing in, yeah, well, guess what? What's happening with corporate all over America right now? Prices are going up, inflation is affecting everything, and a lot of stores are about to go under. I'll tell you, a lot of stores are about to go under. Wish this fucking Walgreens up here would go under. But that was my whole thing right there with that whole setup. So now I have pink eye.
Well, your temperature is only 55 degrees, you have no pulse, no heartbeat, and your eyes are all puffy and sticky. The two of you have pink eye. I'd give you...
Yes, I have pink eye.
Retain.
Oh, shut up, Robert. So yeah, I have conjunctivitis. I got the pink eye.
You dead? Gay?
I said shut up, motherfucker. Jesus Christ. So, I got the pink eye. I'm taking the medicine for it. I gotta take 3 drops. I gotta take a drop every 3 hours each day for the next 7 to 10 days. I gotta take steroids, and they give you specific instructions on how to do the steroids. And it is very weird. It's like, for day 1, you gotta take it 2 pills at breakfast, 2 pills at lunch, 2 pills at dinner. I already kind of fucked that up because I took 2 pills last night when I did dinner. I didn't want to start it pretty late. So this morning I took 2 pills this morning at breakfast. I took 2 pills a little bit ago for lunch. I'll take 2 pills at dinner time. And then day 3, it's like take 2 pills in the morning, 3 pills at lunch, and then 2 pills at dinner. And then day 4 is like take 3 pills. Day 5, take 2 pills. Day 6, take 1 pill. I'm like, okay, this makes no sense. Like, I know you all gave me enough pills and all, but I guess it's very weird. I guess it kind of balances out your system, while the eye drops are trying to do what they can, to clear your eye up, to keep, to bring the numbing down, the swelling down and everything. But from what my fiance said, steroids, they give you steroids also, just in case if something else happens. Say it loud and proud. but they said she said steroids will clear up any other issues that you can get from pink eye. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there that have never experienced it or didn't experience it that bad probably like, what else could you possibly experience from pink eye? Well, I did read somewhere where it can affect, you can get migraines and headaches from it. It can start affecting your jawline and start affecting anything. It's like when you get an earache or a toothache. Anything in your face, anything that's behind your face, in your head. If one part of your head gets infected with something, the rest of your head is fucked. That's basically what it is. So steroids is supposed to keep it down a good bit, and that's pretty much, like the gist of it,
Ching, ching, ling, ling.
Yeah, say it proud, Hubbard. Now I need to find a good article to read here. I got several articles saved up, and I always go through and I pick up these random articles to read, and I just always try to find something good. I need to find, let me see, here's one. Alright, so here's, this is from theblaze.com. Now, before I get into doing this, I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I know we're only 40 minutes in. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll get right into reading that article, so stay tuned.
Film with colorful new borders, so grab some new party film and
Christmas traditions, trimming the tree, exchanging gifts, eating banana peels, and watching classic Christmas episodes all night on Nick at Night. Christmas night starting at 8, 7 Central.
Now there's a chicken vegetable soup that will inspire you to cozy up in front of a crackling fire and indulge. It's Campbell's Best. Introducing Campbell's Home Cooking Chicken Vegetable Soup. Our plumpest cuts of chicken, hearty amounts of pasta, and our finest vegetables. Simmering in a stock that begs to be savored. New Campbell's Home Cooking Chicken Vegetable. It doesn't get any better than Campbell's Best.
Now wait a minute. Polaroid introduces new party film. You know you make me wanna shoot. Grab Polaroid, shoot. Throw your hands up, shoot. Let's share a smile now. Shoot. We're all together now. Shoot. We're party jumping now. Shoot. Grab Polaroid, shoot.
Nothing picks up a party like new Polaroid party film with colorful new borders. So grab some new party film and
grab Polaroid, shoot. Grab Polaroid, shoot. You know you make me wanna shoot.
The more you stack up, the more we stock up. During the last few days of the holidays at JCPenney, we're putting out new gifts every night for you to discover every day. While you're ringing up more savings, we're bringing in more selection. While you're filling up packages, we're bringing down prices. And with all the savings we give you, there's one thing you'll take away. The best place to spend this holiday season is
JCPenney.
Now, introducing a dandruff shampoo just for women. Selsun Gold for women. With the #1 doctor-recommended dandruff medicine, plus our new conditioning system. New Selsun Gold for women. Effective on dandruff, gentle on hair.
And we are back to the show. If you guys are just now tuning in, we are live. We've been live for almost an hour. See that notification right there pop up for you guys. If you've yet to do so, if you're watching us on YouTube or channel Arrow Entertainment, please hit that like, subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell. If you are watching us on twitch.tv/Arrow with a name, go ahead and hit that follow and like. Whew, that was a mouthful. I gotta take a bit of water for that, Jesus. Just trying to come back from using the bathroom. I'm out of breath. Damn, maybe I should follow doctor's orders. Get some exercise. God damn. You meant when you were announcing the pink eye. Pink eye. Pink eye. You know, I looked at my brother last night because he didn't know until I told him. And there's an episode of South Park called Pink Eye. And it's a Halloween episode. It tries to mimic Night of the Living Dead in a sense, where a satellite falls and kills Kenny, and of course they take Kenny to the mortuary. He starts getting embalmed and shit, and of course somebody spills a bottle of Worcester sauce into the embalming fluid, and it brings Kenny back to life as a zombie, and he starts biting people and shit. So the two examiners at the mortuary, they go and see the doctor, and he examines them. He's like, you have no temperature, you know, you're very cold, you have no pulse, you have pink eye. It's like, everybody's fucking turning into zombies, but they're all walking around. There's a scene in there where this one guy comes up to Chef, and he's like, damn it, Johnson, what the hell's wrong with you? And he's like, pink eye. He's like, give me the fuck away from me. I don't want no goddamn pink eye. So I was like, now I got an excuse to use that. Pink eye. Oh, shit. I'm not due for a fucking drop to fucking hour and a half. God damn it. And it's like, you gotta play beat the clock for this shit, you know? You gotta be right on time, you gotta be precise. Or, well, not really precise. It's just every 3 hours you gotta take a fucking drop to the eye, and it's like a horror story. It's like a horror fucking movie within itself. Before I continue on this article here that I pulled up, if you have yet to do so, to follow us on our Discord channel, our Discord server, link is down below in the description section of this video, and it's also in our About sections on our YouTube page and our Twitch feed down below as well. So if you guys are on Discord and you want to come join us, come join in on the fun, click that link and we'll let you in the front door. Also, and can't go without saying this, I forgot to say it at the beginning of the show, we are now sponsored by, I think it's called Dubby, D-U-B-B-Y. We are sponsored by Dubby Energy Blend, which is an energy drink. It's an energy blend. I guess it's kind of supposed to be like Monster energy drink or whatever. It's a powder. It's something you mix in, you know, a thermos with water and stuff. So it's supposed to be some kind of energy drink. It's a dietary supplement from what they advertise. It's brand spanking new. I don't know how long ago that it came out. I signed us up for it. You know, we're now a sponsor of it. I follow them on Discord as well. And I made sure, I asked questions. There's some people that say, yeah, it's good, it's not a scam, but you can't really believe a whole lot of what a lot of people say. So I will say, if you guys do sign up for Dubby, if you do make any kind of purchases, use at risk, use extreme care when using it, because it is a brand new item. But if you do decide to buy any products off the website, you can use our coupon code ARROW, WAN, over there and get 10% off your purchase. And good luck with it. I say the link is down below in the description section if you want to click on that and go on over to it. So, anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Christ, you're back again, man. What the hell's going on?
Ching, ching, ling, ling.
Man, you sound like you're having a fucking stroke over there or something.
Blah, 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 and blah.
Yeah, okay. Let's get into the article. Yeah, okay. All right, let's get back in the article. I can't believe he showed up today. Fucking Hubbard, I swear.
Everything.
Yes, everything. Okay, where's your end stuff and all?
Everything.
I miss your end stuff. How long have you been around, Hubbard?
I'm a shit talker.
Yeah, I know you're a shit talker. Well, you've been around for a while. Anyway, see yourself out of the fucking studio then, man. I'm tired of seeing you.
Everything.
Yeah, goodbye. So, let's get into this article here. Man sues Buffalo Wild Wings. Claims boneless chicken wings are basically glorified chicken nuggets. This article was from sometime last week. No, it was from earlier this week. It was Sunday. Buffalo Wild Wings. An Illinois man filed a class action lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings restaurant chain, alleging that their boneless wings are essentially chicken nuggets. Multiple outlets reported. This clear-cut case of false advertising should not be permitted, as consumers should be able to rely on the plain meaning of a product's name and receive what they are promised, the lawsuit states, as reported by KTTV. Eamon Halem of Chicago. Eamon Halem sounds like he's Indian or Pakistani. This sounds what it. They probably would be the people to buy out Buffalo Wild Wings. He says the wings sold at Buffalo Wild Wings are actually slices of chicken breast meat, deep fried like wings, the outlet also reported. The lawsuit says Halem suffered financial injury after he bought some high-priced wings before knowing what they were made of, later regretting his decision. He contends that if consumers knew that the wings were really made of chicken breast meat, they might forego buying them at all, or at least be only willing to pay much less. Huh. Damn, I was going to say something that happened a long time ago. Yeah, it probably did. I mean, this article is from March 12th this year. This is probably a second case of it happening, I know. That's probably what it is. So if it did happen, it's probably the second case that they're reporting on it. Let's see. Where did I fucking leave off at? Okay, the lawsuit says Halem suffered financial injury. Yeah, I did read that. He contends that if consumers knew that the wings were really... I covered that. Don't worry, goddamn it. He notes in his lawsuit that other restaurants selling boneless chicken take pains to avoid marketing the product as wings, TMZ reported. False and deceptive business practices are among the claims for which Halem is suing. Buffalo Wild Wings offers wings in 2 varieties on their menu. The first variety, called Traditional, is the bone-in variety. The second is the boneless variety, which Halem contends is not made of meat from the wing. Rather, it's made from the meat of a chicken breast. Both varieties are hand-spun in your favorite sauce of dry seasoning, the menu says. The menu posted by TMZ shows the cost of 6 traditional wings at $11.29 and the cost of 6 bonus wings at $9.79. Jesus Christ. About what, 15, 20 years ago, a set of wings would have cost you, what, $4 or $5? Shit, fucking six wings. 6 bone wings. You can get those things cheaper anywhere else. You can probably get them cheaper at fucking Popeyes. 6 boned wings, traditional, almost $12 fucking dollars. 6 boneless for almost $10. Man, inflation really fucking hit them hard, didn't it? A pack of chicken nuggets at McDonald's, regular or spicy, averages about $5 in some locations. McDonald's has some fucking beef. Chicken nuggets, you get 20 nuggets for half the price? Or 6 traditional wings? Jesus Christ. At Wendy's, customers pay a bit more, about $5.99 for 10 nuggets. At Burger King, hungry patrons can get 10 chicken nuggets, a drink, and a small fry for $5.99. That's at Burger King. Now, you want to know what the difference between all 3 of these restaurants are? At least with Wendy's and I think Burger King, they use actual chicken meat for their chicken nuggets. Whereas it has been stated, or at least I think proven in the past, that McDonald's uses pink slime, some kind of pink slime residue or whatever for their stuff. So yeah, it's something like that. So I could see if you paid out, okay, $6 for 10 nuggets at Wendy's and $6 for them at Burger King. It's like you're actually getting a chicken nugget. You're getting a chicken nugget that's made of actual chicken breast. Or at McDonald's, you're getting a paste that's got that chicken flavor to it, but it's not quite a chicken nugget. And you're paying $5 for it, so you get $1 less, 20 nuggets for that. It's like, yeah, we'll just get rid of them. Get rid of them. Oh, $5? Yeah, it's a good price for 20 nuggets. Just get rid of them. But that's only in some areas. Like here in Maryland, shit, a fucking 10-piece meal, which is 10 nuggets, a fry, and a soda, run about $9 and something cents. Still pretty high. I mean, I remember 2-3 years ago, that shit was like $6-7. Because that's all my fucking daughter would eat when she would go to McDonald's. But you know, we make sure she doesn't go there that much. You know, really, unless it's a special event or something. But other than that, that's all she eats. The price of real chicken wings skyrocketed during the pandemic. It wasn't really during the pandemic. It was because of Biden and his inflation and shit. Now, it may have risen during the pandemic, but, when you get the Democrats in office, and they do what they do, and then you got Biden's like, oh, inflation. Yeah, guess what's going up? Every fucking thing. The cost of living, the cost of breathing, the cost of pissing, the cost of shitting, the cost of my fucking pink eye, which luckily I got medicine for $10. The cost of every fucking thing is going up because of the Democrats. So you want to say, oh, it skyrocketed because of the pandemic. Yeah, there ain't no more fucking pandemic. Stop the fucking C-19 bullshit. By August 2022, prices for chicken wings have dropped back to pre-pandemic levels, the United States Department of Agriculture said in an Outlook report at the time. But have they, though? Has the price of chicken wings really dropped? No. And why am I fixated on this fucking ugly picture of Greta Thunberg that's at the bottom of this article? Jesus, that fucking face, man. Ugh. That's chicken slime right there for you. The prices for real chicken wings dropped back down due to part of an increase in supply, according to Today. Restaurants that switched to boneless wings during the shortage stuck with it rather than returning to the bone-in variety. That, in turn, caused the supply of the bone-in variety to balloon and the price to drop or decrease. Hold on, guys. I'll just text him back. So, this guy is complaining about, oh, I got boneless chicken. I ain't getting no fucking wings. It is what it is at this point, I guess. But there's your answer for that. It's like, were they using actual chicken breasts? More likely. Oh, who the fuck cares? You got a fucking chicken wing, right? Chicken wing, chicken breast. It's fucking chicken meat. It's fucking chicken. It comes from the same fucking bird. Eat it. This guy wants to fucking complain about my chicken wing, my boneless chicken wing. It's not made of chicken wing. It's made of the actual chicken breast. What the fuck do you think a chicken wing is? Where do you think it comes from? It didn't come from a fucking turkey. It didn't come from a fucking duck. It wasn't cooked by a Korean who probably cooked up a fucking dog or a cat. It's chicken. It's fucking chicken. Why do you think they call them boneless chickens and traditional chicken wings? Why do you think they call that? Because it's in the title. It says so in the title. Chicken wing. It says on the title. Boneless chicken. Breast chicken meat or chicken breast. It comes from the same fucking bird. This guy's fucking crying about it tastes like chicken breasts. Okay, let's say this retard is allergic to chicken breasts. Wouldn't he be allergic to the chicken meat? So if it came down to that, all right, if it came down to something like, okay, he's allergic to chicken, why is he ordering chicken wings? You know, wouldn't he be fucking gagging and coughing and all kind of shit? Chicken wing, hot dog, and bologna. I'm pretty sure somebody's saying that shit to him when he was there. Would you like some hot dogs and bologna to go with that? They taste the fucking same. It comes from the same goddamn pork. You know, pork bologna, pork hot dogs. You know what I like to eat? I like to take my hot dogs and I like to put them in a skillet and fry them up. You know, that's how I like cooking them. I like them grilled too, and I can even wrap them up in like a paper towel or something, put them in a microwave and do that. But, you know, I like them those ways too, but I also love frying up hot dogs in a skillet. You know, roll it around in there, get it nice and cooked and all really good. I love it. Do the same thing to bologna. Guess what? Tastes the fucking same! It all comes from the same group of fucking animals, you know, the cows, the horses. Well, no, they say, well, nobody really eats horse meat. It comes from the cows, the pigs, and whatever else is fucking grinded up in there and shit. Grinded up, wrapped up, processed, all that good shit, you know. What was that fucking joke from The Great Outdoors? You know what the gourmet wants? Hot dogs. You know what they make those things from? Lips and assholes. If I want to eat some, maybe I'm old-fashioned. I like assholes. There you go. I love hot dogs. I love bologna. Hey, maybe I'm just old-fashioned. Maybe I like assholes. Maybe that's how I do it. But this guy, he's complaining over boneless chicken wings. It's basically chicken breasts. They're inserting, they're deep frying chicken breasts and putting the wing sauce on it. So what? Eat it. I'm pretty sure it was good chicken breast. I'm pretty sure that shit was nice and tasty. Cocktail wieners at the best. Yeah. The little sausage ones. Yeah, those little sausage links. Jimmy Dean's. Yeah, they're pretty good too. You know, those things. You know, they're pretty much marinated in the flavoring anyway. You know, but they're all still pretty good too. But they all come from the same fucking animals. Everything's cooked the fucking same. That's what I tell my daughter. You know, my daughter, she has a mental thing going on where we're trying to get her to eat, try new things, and she's doing very well with it. I'm very proud of her. Yesterday, I had her try her first soft taco, and she loved it. She asked, "What's on it?" I said, "It's got some hamburger meat. It's got some lettuce. You eat salad." And she ate it. She sat there and ate it. She did pretty good with it. She liked it. So when I tell her, you know, chicken nuggets, she's used to chicken nuggets from McDonald's, but we got her to eat chicken nuggets from elsewhere. We got her to eat chicken. You know, my fiance, she does really good with cooking. She cooked her up some chicken, and she's eaten it, and she's liked it. So now she's open to all kind of varieties of chicken. And I tell her, I say, you know what chicken nuggets are? They're chicken. Well, I'm not going to tell her with the exception of McDonald's, because McDonald's, I don't think they even really use actual chicken meat. But, you know, chicken is chicken. Breasts are good too. Yeah. Chicken is fucking chicken. Eat the fucking shit. This guy's crying. They're just glorified chicken nuggets. They're glorified chicken nuggets. Well, if you don't like them, go fucking somewhere else. God damn. Chicken nuggets. It comes from the same fucking bird. Oh my fucking God. So what's this fucking article here? Oh, this is bound to put Oh, this is bound to piss some of y'all parents off if you're watching. I know, Mel, she's watching now. She's a parent. But get this. This has to do with fucking Harris. This has to do with the bitch, the cunt in office, VP Harris. She ain't no VP. She's not a fucking VP of mine. Fuck that bitch. Goddamn wench. VP Harris's husband was slammed for linking parents' anger at school boards to Nazi-era hate. Now, what are parents trying to do nowadays for their children? To make sure that their children are safe in schools, to make sure their children are well educated, to make sure that their children are not taught the wrong moral values, not taught the wrong fucking things in school. Because what are schools teaching our kids nowadays? They're teaching our kids that cops are all bad, all gay people are, they're not like they're glorified on TV as this and as that. It's okay for you to come out and act gay or be gay, even if you're fucking 7 or 8 years old. They're telling 7 or 8 years old, hey, do you know what you are? Are you a boy or are you a girl? It's okay to not know. It's okay to identify as something else. That's what they're teaching our kids today. This is the wrong fucking bullshit. I look at it as like a fad. Fads come and go. Like my daughter. She, wanted to do this whole, I want my name, I want to be called Noah. I want to be called this, I want to identify as that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, and I look at it as like a fad. First thing she's like, oh, I like girls. She's in middle school. She's a teenager. She'll be a teenager here within 15 days. Those are her feelings. I'm like, okay, you're almost an adult. You're a teenager. Well, you're starting to be a teenager, so you're going to start having those feelings, whatever. So she's at the point where she's confused or confusing herself, where she's like, either I like girls or I like boys. She has a crush on a boy. She has a crush on a girl. It's going to take a while. It happens. Teenage years is where self-love, that kind of love, starts to blossom in a slow, mature way. Well, maybe not mature, but it's where it starts to blossom at. But, kids are being taught where it's like, okay, girls, you can be boys. Boys, you can be girls. And you can use each other's bathrooms out of respect. You can use them respectfully. Yeah, and you know what respectfully comes out of that? Rape. That's where it comes out of. So you're basically teaching your kids that it's safe to rape others. You're teaching them that it's safe to be a pedophile. Especially like with a lot of these fucking guys out there, okay, you got a lot of these men out there. There's a lot more pedophilia going around, whether it's men or women. And of course, with all this fucking gender identity, stupid fucking bullshit, pronouns. Oh, I identify as a bread toaster. Toast, roll toast. I would love to shoot the motherfucker in the face with a fucking M16 who fucking came up with the idea of let's do this whole pronoun shit, Have experience first before you decide to permanently become something. Yeah, exactly. And they're not giving them that choice. They're pushing it on kids. They're pushing it on kids in early years of like kindergarten or preschool. That's what these school boards are doing. And parents are fighting back. That's what we need. We need more parents that are like, look, this is all wrong. My child is here to learn her ABCs and her 1, 2, 3s. She's not here to learn how to be fucking gay or go to a fucking drag show wearing only a fucking thong bikini and think that that's okay. It's not gay. It's not very gay at fucking all. And as for these pronouns, like I said, I would love to shoot the motherfucker point blank who started this whole thing. It's like, oh, well, let's start at pronouns. What's your pronouns? He, she, he, her, him, them. Like, stop the fucking shit. It's stupid. It's retarded. It's redundant. It's fucking stupid that, and like I said before, I got into it with somebody I used to go to school with and I used to work with, you know, and I pissed her the fuck off. You know, I told her straight out, and I even found her on Instagram, right? She just came across my feed on Instagram one day, and I was like, I'm gonna send her one last quick message, you know, and I laughed at her and I told her, fuck your feelings, fuck this, fuck that. And I was like, fuck your pronouns, and I laughed at it. You know what happened? A day later, she blocked me. She didn't bother to write back. She just blocked me. I'm like, yeah, fuck your pronouns, bitch. That's what I'd say. I'm like, you want to sit there? You're like around my age. I mean, let's see, I'm 37, or I'll be 38 at the end of the year. And she's like, what, 35, I think, something like that. And she's like, I don't know what to identify as anymore. I'm like, identify as a stupid looking bitch with half blue hair, a bunch of fucking ugly piercings, a shit ton of ugly fucking tattoos covering your whole body, all at random. Like, if you saw this girl's photo, if she was wearing a tank top and you saw all the fucking tattoos that are showing on her body, it's like, ew. Like, I understand tattoos are art, but this fucking person, there's no art about it. She figures, oh, I want a band name tattooed on my arm. Where do you want it? Just put it right there. Empty spot. I want a tattoo of my favorite emoji. Oh, put it there. I have a spot. Everything's all over with this fucking winch, you know? But I told her, take your pronouns and shove them up your ass, you know? I just love fucking stirring a pot with some of those motherfuckers, you know? You know, fucking people that follow the whole transgender shit. Like, even if you're not transgender, if you're not born transgender, if you don't have if you're not a fucking dude, if you're not grown with a fucking dude, you know, fucking dick, you know, just get off the fucking pot. You know, just get off the fucking pot. You know, like, you know, if you're a man, you're not a fucking woman. That's like, what was that fucking picture I posted on Instagram? I got it in the meme section of our Discord. It's a picture of a fucking man with mascara crying when your period is late because you were born a man. Mel said, I was talking to a 17-year-old and she wants to wait until she goes to clubs to make out with someone to decide how she feels. I try to explain to her that's how all diseases are spread. She said, but it could lead into romance. Well, that's a sad thing about teenagers right now. You know, they have something in their mind that they want to do. You know, like, I want to go to a club and meet somebody. Like, you go to a club, it's fucking screaming HIV and AIDS. That's what it is. Clubs nowadays, they scream AIDS, HIV, STDs right before you walk in. Shit, you know, that shit was most common back in the fucking 80s and the 90s. It's still rampant today. Shit, you ain't gonna see me walking to the goddamn Blue Oyster. If anybody don't know what the Blue Oyster is, it's a fucking gay club from fucking Police Academy. That's what they are thinking now. Going to clubs, make out with random people, see where it leads to. Yeah. And then you got more unwanted pregnancies. And then guess what? These girls go out there and get pregnant. They're not allowed to have an abortion because abortion is illegal in states, or at least they're trying to make it illegal in states. So then that's where the whole Roe versus Wade thing is going to come back into play. You got people out there that are pro fucking life and they're like, don't kill children, their lives matter too. But then you got idiot girls, a lot of idiot teenagers out there having sex, unprotected sex. And a lot of them will decide to go out and do something like that. Go to a club, go to some fucking hangout event, you know, go to a party and say, hey, I like you. Let's go upstairs and have sex. And then what happens, you know, 2 days later, you know, the girl's waking up fucking throwing up in the toilet, taking the pregnancy test and like, oh, fuck, I fucked up. And that's where the whole mentality thing comes into play. You know, you start breaking down, you start stressing out because you're pregnant with some random guy's fucking kid and you don't even know the fucking guy. He was just a fucking cute face for you at a party and you decided, hey, let's fuck. I want to see how your dick is. I want to see how hard and big it gets. I want to be able to physically feel you before I decide, hey, let's do this. let me ask you something, people. When you go to Best Buy or a Walmart and you see an 85-inch 8K $500 LG Smart TV, that bitch looks crystal fucking clear. Do you think you can walk out of that store and try it out to see if you like it before you buy it? Fuck no. They ain't gonna let you do that. Now with no abortions, the death of women has doubled up in the amount of year. Yep, that's true too. That's true too. A lot of women will fucking take their lives. That kind of stress will lead to suicide. It will. Because, you know, a lot of these girls, they get so fucking stressed out with that shit. You know, and they don't know how to tell their parents, Mom, I'm pregnant. I don't know who the dad is. And then you don't even know if the dad has a disease. You don't know any of that shit. Let me see. Mel sent me a link to a YouTube video. Let's play this.
Struggling with consent? Just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. You say, hey, would you like a cup of tea? And they go, oh my God, I would love a cup of tea, thank you. Then you know they want a cup of tea. If you say, hey, would you like a cup of tea? And they're like, I'm not really sure. Then you can make them a cup of tea, or not, but be aware that they might not drink it. And if they don't drink it, then, and this is the important bit, don't make them drink it. Just because you made it doesn't mean you're entitled to watch them drink it. And if they say, no thank you, then don't make them tea. At all. Just don't make them tea. Don't make them drink tea. Don't get annoyed at them for not wanting tea. They just don't want tea, okay? They might say, yes please, that's kind of you. And then when the tea arrives, they actually don't want the tea at all. Sure, that's kind of annoying as you've gone to all the effort of making the tea, but they remain under no obligation to drink the tea. They did want tea, now they don't. Some people change their mind in the time it takes to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk. And it's okay for people to change their mind, and you are still not entitled to watch them drink it. And if they are unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people don't want tea, and they can't answer the question, do you want tea? Because they're unconscious. Okay, maybe they were conscious when you asked them if they wanted tea, and they said yes, but in the time it took you to boil the kettle or brew the tea and add the milk, they are now unconscious. You should just put the tea down, make sure the unconscious person is safe, and this is the important part again, don't make them drink the tea. They said yes then, sure, but unconscious people don't want tea. If someone said yes to tea, started drinking it, and then passed out before they'd finished it, don't keep on pouring it down their throat. Take the tea away. Make sure they are safe, because unconscious people don't want tea. Trust me on this. If someone said yes to tea around your house last Saturday, that doesn't mean they want you to make them tea all the time. They don't want you to come around to their place unexpectedly and make them tea and force them to drink it, going, but you wanted tea last week. Or to wake up to find you pouring tea down their throat, going, but you wanted tea last night? If you can understand how completely ludicrous it is to force people to have tea when they don't want tea, and you are able to understand when people don't want tea, then how hard is it to understand when it comes to sex? Whether it's tea or sex, consent is everything. And on that note, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea.
What are you going to do, masturbate in it? This is what's wrong with our children. This is meant for 5-year-olds. Yeah. And that's where pedophilia would kick in right there. See, a child under a certain age will not understand, what consent is. Then they don't know what any of that is. So imagine, a fucking pedophile coming up to you. Yeah, 16-year-olds watch this for sex ed. Yeah, they do. So if anybody watching that, and they're like, what does this got to do with sex? Well, consent. You see it on a lot of these shows like Maury. Jerry Springer's no longer around, I don't think. Steve Wilkos. You see a lot of these cases on shows like that, especially Steve Wilkos. you know, where, you know, sex is implied, where a child is born or a woman is raped, and there's usually the idea or, you know, the thought of consensual sex or consensual romance. If a woman doesn't give you consent, does that give you a right to still fuck her? No. She's just saying, no, I don't want it. But then, you know, at a lot of these parties, a lot of these gatherings, when a woman is passed out, usually it's from drugs or alcohol, and usually the girl gets too damn drunk, passes out on bed, and then somebody takes advantage of them, and then boom, 2 days later, they're pregnant. You know, and that's what happens with a lot of this shit. You know, that's why, you know, kids should not be pushed into this fucking shit. Kids shouldn't have the idea of, I don't want to meet somebody in school. You know, I don't want to date somebody in school. I don't like any of these fuckers. I want to go to some random place and I want to meet somebody new, somebody I don't know. I want to go to a party. You know, I want to meet the cutest motherfucker with the biggest dick in there. And I just want to, you know, just hang out with him for a few hours while Jerry is still around. He must be doing something else then. But you want to go there and you want to meet somebody, you want to see how things are, and then what are you going to do the next day? When that guy wakes up and he takes off and he don't want nothing to do with you. You were just a fucking pocket pussy for him. You know, he fucking nutted in you and he was fucking gone. And you're left with his kid. And a whole lot of fucking stress. What's that guy doing? He's out fucking rummaging the streets looking for new fucking shit to do. You know, looking for new fucking pussy to fuck. That's what he's doing. And it's true. There's a lot of guys that do that. There's a lot of guys out there, no matter where you go, that do that kind of shit. I mean, how many fucking kids out there have how many fathers, you know, with the same fucking mother, you know? So, it happens. It's like going back to what I was saying. Like, if you go to Walmart, Target, Best Buy, whatever, and you want to buy this brand spanking new 85-inch 8K LG Smart TV that looks so fucking crystal clear that your eyeballs can't identify with the picture anymore. You want to buy it. It's $500. Of course, that kind of thing would be like $2,000, but let's say it's $500. And you're like, would I be able to take it home and plug it in and see how I like it? And if I like it, can I come back and pay for it? Or if I don't like it, bring it back to the store? That's not how that works. That's not how that works. They're not going to, well, first of all, realistically, they're not going to let you take a fucking TV out and be like, nah, you're going to pay for it right here. But let's just say in some other reality that was something, you know? And you just made off with it, you know? You just didn't really pay for it or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. Then what happens? You know, you go searching for that motherfucker and be like, he owes us money. He owes us money. Well, he's nowhere to be found. He's gone with the fucking, he's gone like a fart in the wind. You know, that's all that is. That's the same thing with, you know, when these fucking teenagers, you know, when the girls want to get with these fucking guys. Yeah, I know. That's when girls get with these fucking guys. You know, they meet some random motherfucker, they fuck, and then the next day the guy is gone like a fart in the wind. You know, he just went up and he was gone. You know, and then you end up, you know, with a fucking kid, and you start stressing out. And then, of course, back in the day, that's where, like, the abortions, you know, were so high. You know, girls were having unwanted pregnancies. Just like when it comes to rape. You know, when a woman is forcefully raped against her will, and she don't want to have the bastard's child, you know, she don't want to be reminded of that. That's where some of those abortions come into play as well. But then you got a lot of people out there that say abortion is murder, you know, be pro-life, you know, be all for the fetus, you know. If the child is born, give them up for adoption. But then when the child is born, you know, the mother becomes attached to it. It's like, oh my God, I'm a mom, you know, become attached to it. You can't get rid of the fucking kid then. You know, you gotta raise them. But, you know, what's going to happen when you're 14, 15, 16 years old having a kid, and you got to go to school, you got to work, you know, for a living. You know, there's a lot of teenagers out there that, you know, they get jobs at the age of 15, 16, you know, to take care of themselves, and maybe they want to save up for a car, maybe they want to save up for college, whatever. And then they look at this kid laying there in a cradle, and they're like, you ruined my life. And that's true. That happens. There's a lot of mothers out there that will look at a cute little child, you know, just under a year old, and be like, "You ruined my life. You ruined my life. I should never gave birth to you." When the reality is, no, you ruined your own life. It's not the kid's fault that he is here. It's not the kid's fault that you're not allowed to go out and party with your friends, or you can't go out and do this and do that. It's your fault because you chose what to do with your life. You chose to go to these gatherings. You choose to meet some random guy or get with some random guy. You chose to fuck him. So it was your choice to get pregnant, whether it was consensual or not. So that'd be a good analogy to teach to teenagers. And like I said, a lot of teenagers nowadays, they follow all this stupid gumbo bullshit that the government feeds them. You know, oh, it's okay to be trans. It's okay to be a man. It's okay to be a woman. It's okay to be this. It's okay to be that. Yeah, but then when reality fucking kicks in and then something actually happens, then they're like, what do I do? Ma, what do I do? Well, I don't know. Our shit fucking government has banned abortion, so we can't get rid of the kid. So you're gonna have to have the kid. You're gonna have to be a mother. You're gonna have to raise that kid. If you want my help, I may help. Other than that, you're gonna have to learn to deal with it. And teenagers today, their brain capacity can't hold that. Sadly, today, you know, and no matter how hard you try. No matter how hard you try to teach them these morals, that's what you're afraid if Avery's saying that. Yeah, I know. I'm going to be there for you with that, you know. Same thing with Peyton, you know, my daughter. But that's the sad thing, you know, kids are learning the worst fucking shit in schools today. And it's because it's what the government wants them to learn. That's what the government wants them to learn. It's all the stupid, you know, woke bullshit. Am I homophobic? No, I'm not homophobic. I don't hate people who are gay. But what I do hate is LBGT and their fucking agendas, their woke liberal agendas. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of gay people out there that hate them too. How are you going to push a fucking transgender bullshit woke liberal agenda on my kids? They don't know what the fuck that's all about. It's okay to be that stuff, just live your life. Yes, it's okay to be gay. It is. If you're gay, that's you. Do you. It's not serious. Yeah, it's not that serious. I don't want anybody forcing some stupid agenda bullshit on me or my kids or my family. Because that's how they feel. You feel like you're gay? You like dick? Go like dick. If you're a woman, if you like carpet, go eat fucking carpet. We don't fucking care. Live your life. But don't come at me shoving that shit up my fucking ass and expect me to fucking be okay with this and be okay with that. Focus on school or whatnot. Yeah, what you are. Focus on school, not what you are. School is for learning. School gets you prepared for the outside world and life. That's what it does. School prepares you for all of that. They're not going to prepare you for how to be gay. They're not going to prepare you for how to treat a transsexual person because, oh my God, their feelings are hurt. Their feelings are hurt. You called them a man. You called them a woman. You know, we called that shit back in my day, chicks with dicks. And now there's a new term, dudes with tits. You know, you're either a dude with tits or a chick with dick. That's what transsexual originally means. That's what transgender is. That's what a transgender is. Do you want me to go off the rim and off the rail, go on the rim and off the rails and say that's what mutants are? I mean, I could fucking be offensive with that if y'all want me to. I'm like, hey, this is what a mutant is. It is a person, a man who was born with female organs or whatever, or a woman who was born with fucking male organs or whatever. That's transgender. Transgender is not a fucking idiot man who wants to take what kind of medications to be a woman. You know, it's not about a man who wants to fucking dress and drag and it's ma'am, I'm a girl. It's not about a fucking woman who wants to dress up as a boy, shave her fucking head, go butch, and say, "I'm a man. I'm taking hormones." That's not what fucking transgender is. That's not what the true definition of transgender is. But people don't fucking read. People don't do research. They do their own thing. They're fucking stupid. They really are. That's what today's society is just fucked up. You know, it's diseased and it's fucked up. So before I get round back into the article here, we'll go ahead and take a break. And when I come back, we'll really get right into it because I can't stand anybody in the Oval Office. So hang tight, guys. See you in a second.
Prices. And with all the savings we give you, there's one thing you'll take away. The best place to spend this holiday season is JCPenney.
Now, introducing a dandruff shampoo just for women. Selsun Gold for women. With the #1 doctor-recommended dandruff medicine, plus our new conditioning system. New Selsun Gold for women. Effective on dandruff, gentle on hair.
What's red hot, really powerful, and can perk up anything? Guess again. It's the Dirt Devil Upright Deluxe. Its revolving brush cleans the dirtiest floor, and you won't have to hunt for attachments. They're built in. So get the Dirt Devil Upright Deluxe and perk up your place.
And now back to Nickelodeon's Sunday Night Muppets.
Listen, that's the sound of a unique new flavor, fresh from Hidden Valley. Introducing creamy Parmesan salad dressing. Golden crumbles of real Parmesan cheese with garlic, savory herbs, and spices, blended in a rich, tangy dressing. A sensational new flavor for your salad. Creamy Parmesan, new from Hidden Valley.
This special presentation has been brought to you by Polaroid. Coming up on Nick at Night, it's Mork and Mindy, followed by Dick Van Dyke. And then Alfred Hitchcock presents Nick at Night, preserving our television heritage.
Well, since my baby left me,
The King.
well, I found a new place to dwell.
The one and only Elvis.
End of Lonely Street, Heartbreak Hotel.
Now the memory of Elvis and his first #1 hit are immortalized in Heartbreak Hotel, a new limited edition collector's plate recommended by the Bradford Exchange and authorized by the estate of Elvis Presley. And now you can own this portrait of the king, banded in 22-karat gold at the issue price of $29.75 if you call now. Not all plates go up in value, some go down, but the Bradford Exchange can often recommend plates with excellent potential. Heartbreak Hotel appears to have similar potential. Plus, the Bradford Exchange offers an unconditional 365-day guarantee, so you risk nothing. Order Heartbreak Hotel today. The king may be gone, but his spirit lives on. To order Heartbreak Hotel, call this toll-free number now. Have your credit card ready to save COD charges.
What was that? The Elvis hunka burn the hotel down plate? I just came back to that. Whew! Damn. Man, I'm out of breath. What was that I said before? Got to exercise? Well, try to exercise. Well, by the way, this morning I had exercise, so I guess I had my exercise technically. So, where to begin? As I'm catching my breath. Hour and a half into this shit. Oh yeah, Vice President Harris. And of course in about 40 minutes or so I gotta take those goddamn eye drops again. Maybe I should pull those to the side. Before I get into this, guys, like I said before, if you are watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Keep up to date with us on our what is this? Oh, let me do that. Keep up to date with our gameplay streams, videos, podcasts, and such Also, if you're watching us on twitch.tv/air with a name, be sure to hit that follow button right down below. And if you guys are on Discord, if you want to join our server, link is down below on both pages. Click the link, come on over and join us on our Discord server. Grace, I can't speak. I have to give a climate shower. I'll see you when I get home. All right, love you, babe. Thanks for listening. I gave my fiance something to listen to. So now she's got to go to work. She got to do her job. She has a good job. She has a good paying job. She loves doing what she was doing. So anyway, Vice President Harris's husband was slammed for linking parents' anger at school boards to Nazi-era hate. Second gentleman Doug Emhoff, oh, that's his fucking name? Jesus. Was slammed online Wednesday. Now, this article came out March 15th, so 2 days ago. He was slammed online Wednesday for comparing the rhetoric of parents who spoke out against woke political ideology at schools at school board meetings to hate espoused by Nazis during the Holocaust. Now, we learned about Nazis and the Holocaust back in high school. It was a terrible, terrible, tragic event in our history. And it was part of a world war. It was a very, very tragic event. You know, hundreds, thousands of innocent people. They died to the hands of this fucking group of Nazis. You know, Nazis. It's like a fucking cultist group. How is it that one person over in one country could control all that territory and control what they do? That's like over here. Look at Biden. I would call Biden a goddamn Nazi. People want to do that to Trump. Trump did a hell of a lot better for this fucking country than what Biden's doing. Now I know a lot of your Biden supporters. Shit, you motherfuckers are, oh, we're sorry. We're sorry, Master Trump. We're so sorry. We're sorry. Please don't hit us. Please don't hate us. We'll vote for you again in 2024. It's like, a little too late for that. We don't want you fuckers here. You already fucking ruined your reputations here. So, you got these motherfuckers here that are comparing parents of students, their own kids, calling them Nazis. How the fuck do you compare that to Nazism? The whole Holocaust thing was fucking tragic. Just like Biden, he tried to compare January 6th to it. We lost more great men, and it was a much more terrifying event than 9/11, the Holocaust. And like, that motherfucker didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. Now you got this cuntbag's husband practically saying the same thing. Parents who spoke out against woke political ideology in schools. There shouldn't be no woke political ideology spoken in schools. In fact, I want to see what all these motherfuckers are teaching. Let's see. What is woke political ideology? I want to know what these motherfuckers are teaching. What does woke actually mean? It's not just called woke, it's called consciousness. And so consciousness, or this idea of staying woke, was about black people in particular. Wait, what? Let me read this fucking shit here. Now I'm interested in what the hell this article's saying. Over the past 2 years, conversations about race, gender, and equity have become more mainstream, in some cases more conscientious. We need to share vocabulary. We need a shared vocabulary to talk about these differences, and that's not easy in such a polarized environment. Where's that one thing? Let's see, what about woke? What is the definition of it? To answer Milton's question, we reached out to whoever the fuck this is. He's an assistant professor of contemporary black African American rhetoric and media studies at San Diego State University. Yeah, San Diego and California. California should have been fucking separated and sunk. In other words, he's the person to talk to when it comes to understanding how a word like woke, which originated in black American vernacular, I don't know what the fuck that word is, has changed over the years. He says woke is just another way to say critical thinking. It means having consciousness about the systems we live in and how they can produce unequal outcomes. Bull fucking shit! Bull fucking shit, that statement is. Having consciousness about the systems we live in? Do we live in a fucking matrix now, according to these retards? Oh, you don't like being called woke? I have a better rhetorical term for you. Retard. You're a bunch of fucking retards. Not good enough? You're a bunch of fucktards. Christ. The consciousness that the systems... You're trying to say that you're living in a reality. You're not living in a fucking reality. The reality is you're completely motherfucking stupid. You're trying to sit there and say that it's okay for gay people to put on, or transgender, it's like I go back to what I was saying about transgender. Transgender or transsexuality is when a man or a woman is born with the opposite parts of each other. That's transsexual. When you got two idiots that are a man and a woman, born a man and a woman, but want to dress up like the opposite and act like the opposite, you got two fucking woke retards right there. And they're trying to teach all this ideology at school. Like, one of the biggest things is, it's okay to have sex with an adult if you're 8 years old. So part of the LGBTQ's agenda is pedophilia should be okay. Pedophilia should be a sexual thing. It should be a feeling. It should be accepted by the LGBT. It should be against the law to criminalize pedophiles. These group of fuckers, these group of woke fucktards, want to sit there and say that it's okay to groom our kids without our recognition or our permission or our consent. You want to groom them for your agenda. You want to groom them. You want to build a fucking army. You know what there's going on over in the fucking Middle East? You know, over there in Iraq and Pakistan and Afghanistan and China and Korea and all them? You know what those motherfucking bastards are doing to their kids? 6, 7, 8 years old? They're teaching them how to fucking throw hand grenades and build guns and shoot fucking guns. That's what they're doing over there. Over here, you stupid motherfuckers are teaching our kids how to dress with less clothing and be happy. Yeah, well, guess what? When we go to war and your kids are called to war, you know, oh my God, I don't know how to fire a gun. I don't know how to take care of my life. Oh no. Yeah, we're going to be one dead fucking country thanks to you stupid motherfuckers. Consciousness. I'm done reading that fucking shit. Fucking political ideology. You shoved that up your goddamn fucking transgender cunts. So anyway, during a discussion with Simone Sanders, the former spokesperson of MOP's wife, I'm not going to call her vice president. She ain't no vice president. She's a fucking criminal. Harris, the second gentleman recounted meeting a Ukrainian Holocaust survivor turned Ukraine war refugee living in Berlin. There we go again with fucking Ukraine. Who's living in Ukraine right now? Hunter Biden, the biggest fucking criminal hiding over there. You know, big old fucking cokehead, has all this fucking information out there. Oh, by the way, I just found out today, now he's countersuing because the government is leaking out his information about the laptop. He ain't gonna win that case. Information that they got, he's fucked. He's pretty fucked, let me tell you. But that's, you know, the whole fucking Ukraine thing. I'm gonna say this just once and briefly. Not my flag. not my fight. I live in the United States of America. I have nothing to do with the Ukraine. I personally am not buying anything from the Ukraine. I personally am not going to visit the Ukraine or vacation in the Ukraine. I could give two fucks about the Ukraine. I understand we get a lot of our products and shit from over in the Ukraine, like wheat for bread, grain, stuff like that. But like I said before, we can grow that shit here in America. We have the farmlands to do it. Oh, what's this? Breaking news. Hold on. Break news. International Criminal Court members issue an arrest warrant for Putin over war crimes. This is breaking news, guys. All right, if you watch this, I'm going to share this directly in the Discord. I'm live with this now. Guys, if you want to read this article for yourselves, it's going to be in the Tuned In Live scraps over on our Discord channel. Hang out over there. Come join in. Let's read this article before we get back to fucking Harris's husband. International Criminal Court members issue an arrest warrant for Putin over war crimes. Looks like the war's about to end. Who knows? Can I? Yeah, let me see. Okay. So let's play this. Can Russia's illegal adoption of Ukraine? Nah, never mind. That's not what I want right there. All right, so the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant Friday for Russian President Vladimir Putin and an official in his office responsible for children's rights because of their alleged involvement in an unlawful deportation and transfer of Ukrainian children from occupied areas. And okay, so this video does have something to do with it. Let's listen to this video.
Один з найбільш підлих російських воєнних злочинів. Загалом зараз вивезено більше.
Never mind, it's in Russian. It's got English caption to it, but it's in Russian. Fuck it. All right, so the ICC, which is based in The Hague, Netherlands, alleges Putin and Maria. I don't know what the fuck her name is. Her name is Maria. I'm not even going to try her last name, middle name, whatever. Are responsible for war crimes. Ukraine is already arrested and convicted some Russian soldiers, all of them low-ranking, for war crimes in Ukraine. The ICC's arrest warrant for Putin and Maria marks the International Court's first arrest warrant since Russia invaded Ukraine. Moscow has reportedly denied allegations of war crimes in Ukraine. The ICC did not provide any details about the number of cases or children the allegations refer to, citing the need to protect victims and witnesses and to safeguard the ongoing investigation. It said it was making the arrest warrants public because it believed doing so could prevent the further commission of crimes. So now you're going to force him into hiding like fucking Hitler was forced into hiding like a little bitch, basically. That's all you're doing. There are reasonable grounds to believe that Mr. Putin, Mr. Putin, okay, bears individual criminal responsibility for the aforementioned crimes, for having committed the acts directly, jointly with others, and for his failure to exercise control properly over civilian and military subordinates who committed the acts or allowed for their commission, and who were under his effective authority and control, pursuant to superior responsibility, the ICC said in a statement. David Schaefer, the first U.S. ambassador at large for war crimes issues, said the charges are significant for both the war and in Ukraine and for the global geopolitical stage. This is not the first time the ICC has indicted or issued an arrest warrant for the head of the state. It did so before with Bashir in Sudan and with Gaddafi and Libya. Oh, I didn't think I was going to pronounce that right. Referring to Omar al-Bashir, former president of Sudan, and Muammar al-Gaddafi, Libya's former leader. Henceforth, Putin will always be described as not only as the president of Russia, but as an indicted fugitive of the International Criminal Court as a war criminal. Schaefer, who was now the director emeritus I can't pronounce some of these fucking words, but it's from the Center of the International Human Rights at Northwestern University Law School. Said that there's no statute of limitations on the war crimes which Putin's charged with. If you guys want to read the rest of the article, it is in our Discord server under Tuned In Live Scraps. So if you guys want to check that out, be sure to hop on over to their Discord. Hop on in there. You guys can check it out for yourselves. I don't even know what the fuck I was even looking for when it came to this. Oh, Christ. I don't even remember what I was going for originally. Oh, shit. So what was I doing? It has something to do with this thing over here. But anyway. So, I was talking about the Ukraine. Okay. So, the whole Ukraine thing. We can grow and make our own products over here. Just like when Trump tried to do the tariffs with China. Everybody was so worried we weren't going to get any more product from China. We weren't going to do any more business with China because Trump is putting tariffs in. Yeah, well, a lot of that shit we can make over here in America. We have the product. Y'all want to go out there and dig up resources out there in California and shit to make these batteries for these goddamn imploding Tesla cars out there. If you could do that, you can grow your own fucking wheat fields. You can grow your own cotton. You can grow this. You can grow that. Why do we gotta fucking rely on getting it from overseas? Wouldn't you like to see a product that has made in America on it and not made in Ukraine? Not built in Ukraine, not grown in Ukraine, not blown in Ukraine, not fucked in Ukraine? I'd rather it be from America. But to my knowledge right now, fuck the Ukraine. That's all these motherfucking degenerates in that office are caring about is Ukraine, Ukraine, Ukraine. Where is all of our fucking tax money? All of our fucking funds going that could help restore this country? Where's all that money going? To the fucking Ukraine. That's why I say Biden and his whole family and his whole fucking cabinet need to be lined up for a goddamn firing squad. They need to be lined up in front of a fucking firing squad with one great big fucking ditch dug right behind them, Holocaust style. There's your Holocaust right there. There's your Nazism right there, fucking Harris. Or whatever your fucking name is, Emhoff. There's your Holocaust right there. I'll give you Holocaust. You, along with your wife Harris, along with Biden, his whole fucking family, every fucking Democratic degenerate in fucking DC should be lined up in front of a goddamn ditch, Holocaust style, and be fucking gunned into there, Holocaust style. There's your fucking Holocaust, you piece of shit. That's right, I went fucking balls through the wall on that one. Sue me, YouTube. Let's get back into this shit. During the discussion, I already talked about that. We need to support refugees. I met one woman who was saved in the Holocaust. No, the fuck you didn't, you motherfucker. Even if you fucking did, you wouldn't make a goddamn fucking statement like that. You wouldn't be making a fucking statement like that, convicting or accusing parents. Linking parents to the Nazi era, you piece of fucking dog shit. I met one woman who was saved in the Holocaust in Germany. Settled in Ukraine. Oh, of course! Settled in Ukraine. Settled in motherfucking Ukraine. If I was my boy Jeff Hagee and I had a fucking bottle of whiskey, I'd be having a full-blown whiskey freakout right about now. I met a Holocaust survivor from Germany. Yes, I did. They live over in the Ukraine. Yes, they do. Now yeah, you piece of shit. Let's continue. And is now a refugee again back in Berlin, where she originally left as a Jew in the Holocaust. Hate is interconnected. You see it in the discourse of the country right now. Yeah, the shit that you and your wife and her fucking boss have fucking created. You see it in the divide that we have. Just going to school meetings. You see the hate that is out there. There is no fucking hate in our school systems. There is a revolution going on in our school systems. Our parents are fighting back, and you pieces of horse shit hate it. You hate that we're fighting back for the future of our children. You don't run our children's lives. You don't tell our children what to do. You don't teach our children what to do. That's what we decide. So if I go to my daughter's school right now, and I walked into one of her classes, and they were teaching her this bullshit, I would grab her by the arm, I would yank her out, and I would have the principal there with me. And I would say, fuck you, and fuck you for teaching my daughter this fucking liberal woke garbage. You're two pieces of fucking shit. You can rot the fucking hell. I will homeschool my fucking child. And I'm going to get a hold of other parents of all these kids, and I'm going to tell them the fucking same thing. Shove your school up your fucking ass along with your woke fucking Democratic Biden-loving bullshit. God, we got to step up and speak out. And we got to call out the cowards out there. Oh, you mean you? You all are a bunch of fucking cowards. Christ, there's even a fucking video of it. Doug Emhoff says, I hate to even listen to it. Let's listen to this.
To talk about how we can combat hate and anti-Semitism. I also met some Ukrainian refugees who were there, and we need to support them. And I met one woman who was saved in the Holocaust in Germany, settled in Ukraine,
bullshit,
and is now a refugee again back in Berlin, where she originally left
as
a Jew in the Holocaust. So you can't. These are the stories that are happening out there.
Eat shit and die.
This stuff is so important. This hate is interconnected. You see it in the discourse in the country right now. You see it in the divide that we have. And
that you all caused.
Going to the school meeting, you see that hate that is out there.
That you all caused.
And speak out, and we've got to call out the cowards out there.
That you all are.
People, as my wife likes to say, these so-called leaders, but she's right. Because you can't be in
you all
leadership
so-called leaders. I'm done with that piece of shit. I'm done with him. Let me tell you something. If Mark Levin did a show, and he had that motherfucker in there, and he was talking about him, Mark Levin would probably be throwing his goddamn monitors all across the room. This piece of dog shit has the fucking audacity to fucking come up in there and say stupid shit like that. You have the fucking audacity to compare the shit today with parents being outraged about what's being taught in their kids' schools. You have the fucking audacity to compare that to the fucking Holocaust. You are a true fucking un-American piece of shit. I put this link in our Discord for you guys, if you guys want to check any more of that out later on, under the Tune In Live scraps. Wow, Vice President Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, likens the hate that led to the Holocaust to the frustrations of parents speaking out in school board meetings. Parents defending Education President Nikki Haley tweeted. The Biden admin's vitriol toward parental involvement in education knows no bounds. Exactly. Oy vey, there's something physically creepy about this guy when he talks. No fucking shit. It's always easier to compare your political opponents to Nazis than to engage them in debate. Didn't they do that shit with Trump? Didn't they try to compare us so-called MAGAs to the fucking Holocaust, to Nazis? There's so many Twitter users that are, they're retweeting it and they're giving their own thoughts. One guy said, this one guy, Legendary Energy, said they call it hate speech when you say they're exaggerating, though. Last November, House Assistant Democratic leader Representative James Clyburn defended and reiterated a comparison of the current state of the United States with Germany in the years leading to the rise of Adolf Hitler. During a Fox News Sunday interview, host Shannon Breen gave the Democratic leader a chance to reflect on the recent remark that the U.S. is on track to repeat what happened with Germany, and Clyburn stuck to his position. The facts are very clear, he said. I've studied history all my life. Oh, sure, I'm sure you have. I've taught history, and I'm telling you, What I see here are parallels to what the history was in the world back in the 1930s in Germany and in Italy. When asked if that means not voting for Democrats in the midterm elections means supporting something akin to the rise of Hitler, Clyburn specified that this comparison would not apply to voting of any non-Democrats, just the election deniers and liars. Yeah, what you all are. What you all are, of course. Which is complete horseshit. Oh, there, my buddies. Hey, I'm live. Now, if you want to catch the ass end of it. Good show going. Don't want to miss this. So, you got one motherfucker who is comparing the country to the Holocaust, comparing parents to Nazis. Then you got another guy who's like, let me reiterate it for you. Yeah, I've taught history all my life. I've taught history. I've been a history teacher. I've done this. I've done that. And we're coming close to a Holocaust. We're coming close to a Holocaust. That's where the United States is going. We're the next Holocaust coming in. You know, when Trump comes back into office, it's going to be Nazis. No, it's fucking now. It's right fucking now. Look at the way they're running the goddamn country now. Look at the shit that they're doing right now. The shit that they're pushing right now. Even if it's not the Democrats pushing it, it's these little groups that are doing it. Your SJWs, your Antifas, your LBGTQs, the woke, all these fucking group of people. That's their miniature army right there to bring down America from within. You got all kind of things going on right now. You got Biden who blew up the fucking pipeline, and there is an article on that, and I'll share that next time. You got a incompetent quote-unquote president. He ain't no fucking president. He's a piece of shit. You got Biden, who's sending all of our fucking money to another country. For what? To pay, to keep Hunter Biden out of jail? Is that what they're fucking doing? You're sending all of our money over there to do that. You got a crisis down at the fucking border right now. You got people that are actually tunneling their way into the country. Drugs is becoming a bigger epidemic right now. You know, fentanyl cases. And yet, Biden, he wants to fucking snicker and laugh about that. Oh, that reminds me. Let me find that article. Let me tell you how fucking pissed to be. Oh, shit. Let's see. It's not that. Shit, where the fuck is it at? Okay. I'm going to have to look it up. Biden snickers at woman's dead kid. Did he laugh at all those? Let's see. Biden slammed. Yeah, this was earlier this month. Before I get into that, you got all these fucking things happening in this country right now. And now that you've banned and made abortion illegal, it's like my fiance pointed out to me. It's like you're going to have a lot more fucking women killing themselves off, committing suicide. You got a lot more suicides nowadays. You got a lot more depressed people. You got a lot more oppressed people. This country has divided itself. And it's not because of Trump. It's not because of MAGA. It's because of the whole fucking Democratic Party making every fucking thing political. And a lot of these groups are dragging everybody down with it, little by little. But let's get into this last article here. Oh, if you think the whole Harris thing has anybody's steam right now, trust me, you know, with this motherfucker comparing angry parents to Nazis, get a load of this. And I know there's some fucking articles, you know, there's some other websites that are trying to say, fact check, that didn't really happen. Okay, well, how about the whole thing with, what was it, the Ohio thing? No, it was the bank. SVB Bank in California, the biggest bank shut down in history. Somebody asked this piece of shit questions about it. Asked him questions about it. You know what this fucking piece of shit did? He walked off stage. People were asking him questions. They were still asking him questions. He turned around from the podium and walked out the fucking door. What a fucking piece of shit. Let me watch this video real quick. It's 45 seconds. That isn't gonna fucking play.
A little bit of more Marjorie Taylor Greene and a few more, you're going to have a lot of Republicans running our way.
And he's quick to fucking go there and say Republicans. He's quick to attack Republicans. He's not attacking or assessing the situation of anything else in the country. Or what's going on in Ukraine, since he cares so much about the Ukraine. He is so fucking worried and so fucking shit-faced about, we're going to hurt the Republicans. I'm going to run again in 2024. No, the fuck you ain't. You ain't fucking running anywhere. Can I...
Isn't she amazing? Oof. Ours is the reason she was very specific. I shouldn't digress probably, but I've read. She was very specific recently, saying that a poor mother who lost 2 kids to fentanyl, that I killed her sons. Well,
yes,
the
he did.
interesting thing is that fentanyl they took came during the last administration.
No, the fuck it didn't, you piece of shit. No, it didn't. That pissed me off right there. Viral guy, what's up, man? Welcome back. Welcome in, man. Because I tell you, man, you're gonna love this. This is something that I wish I wish the Hydra would cover tonight. This is some fucking bullshit, man. I gotta share this. I'm gonna share this. This is going in the Discord, guys. Tune in Live Scraps if you guys want to read the article and watch that. You gotta watch. I'm gonna put it in Haggie's Discord too. This has me pissed. Ooh. Live, man. This has me pissed. So, you have Harris's husband calling parents, angry parents of children in schools. The fentanyl is coming from China, and they bring it through Mexico into the U.S. China is attacking the U.S. Exactly. That's how it's being done, man. It's coming in through Mexico. And like I said, how are they getting that shit in the country? They're already fucking tunneling. There's fucking tunnels discovered under the border. I told people this years ago. I know Trump wanted to put the wall in, which was a good idea, but watch them find other ways of getting in. They're tunneling that shit and they're bringing it in. China is sending it over. It's coming in. And this motherfucker, this goddamn dementia-ridden piece of fucking dog shit, has the goddamn audacity not only to laugh and make jokes about this woman's kid dying from fentanyl, but you have the audacity to say that it came in under the last administration? Fentanyl was never an issue when Trump was in office. And in fact, nothing was a fucking issue when Trump was in office. Nothing was an issue. It all becomes a serious issue when this piece of shit comes in. COVID got worse. I know a buddy who works for the cartel, and I got Chinamen scientists in Mexico jungle cooking it. Damn. They got Chinamen, and holy shit. So my boy Viral in the chat, he got the hookup there in a way. I know a guy who works for him. You got the hookup right there. Shit. But this is all coming in while Biden's in office. So what does he do? Not only does he ignore the fact that this woman is bringing up the fact that fentanyl is an issue, he goes and he fucking blames the Trump administration. Are you really surprised that Biden is blaming Trump again? He's been doing that. I know. I'm not really surprised. Trust me, I'm not surprised that he is blaming them. I mean, they've been doing that shit for so long. They've been doing that shit, ever since Trump started to run. All that stuff. They will put the blame on Trump so quick because Trump is running in 2024. And they're so afraid that they're going to lose to him, which they are. They're going to lose to him. It's going to happen. But he has the audacity right now to be like, don't blame me. I blame it on the last administration. And this evil fuckers laugh. These evil fuckers laugh. And he was slammed for laughing. Biden criticized for laughing while discussing the mom who lost her 2 children to fentanyl. Now, this article that I have up, yes, it's from Fox News. I would rather read something from Fox News than I would from CNN. CNN is nothing but communist news. CNN that's a lot of your fake shit right there. I would take something from Fox News over CNN. Fox News, who do they have? Sean Hannity, Mark Levin. Mark Levin, one of my favorites right there in talk show radio. Mark Levin, strong voice. I recommend you guys pulling up one of his shows and just watch it. Just watch it. He that enthusiasm, that power behind, you just watch him. You'll be amazed. I love Mark Levin. Biden was criticized for letting out a laugh as he discussed a mother who lost her 2 children to fentanyl overdoses in 2020. Biden chuckled while discussing the situation during the House Democratic Caucus Issues Conference in Baltimore. Oh, he was in Baltimore? Shit, I should have made a trip up to that motherfucker. Wednesday night? Shit. I'm off on Wednesday nights. If I had known he was up there, I would have made my fucking ass up there. I would have made it public. I would have made that motherfucker run off stage and cry. That's what I would have fucking done. If I had known that piece of shit was going to be there, shit, I would have been like, honey, I'm going to cause some fucking trouble. I may go to jail tonight. I don't care. I'm going to make Biden's fucking ass cringe and cry. That fucking goddamn ignorant piece of dog shit. Damn. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene placed blame on the government for failing to stop the inflow of illicit drugs into America during the House hearing on the southern border crisis. Her comments were in response to testimony from Rebecca Kisling, whose sons died July 29th, 2020, due to fentanyl poisoning. According to Detroit News, the 2 consumed what they thought were Percocet pills but contained fentanyl. This government has failed you, and it's failing American countries, and it's failing, most of all, it's failing our children and our young people. No fucking shit. No fucking shit. And yet a lot of these people, they fucking voted for this. You missed the meeting? Yeah, I missed the meeting. You have been the only one there because we all know nobody shows up for Biden. Yeah, I know. Nobody shows up for that motherfucker. I've been the only one there along with the fucking parent. Yeah. Man, I so wish I could have been there, man. I'd probably be in fucking jail right now. They'd be like, we're going to lock you under the jail because you know too shit. Yeah, you got a little podcast on YouTube. Yeah, you ain't going to come out for a long fucking time. That's what they would have fucking did. Listen to this mother who lost her children to fentanyl poisoning. Tell the truth about both her sons, because of the Biden administration's refusal to secure the border and stop the cartels from murdering Americans every day by Chinese fentanyl. While discussing Greene's comments and the loss of Kisling's son, Biden laughed. And she's not wrong. She's not wrong. It's because of Biden the border shut down. He wanted that border shut down. He wanted that border to be done. Trump was trying to keep that shit out. And yet all these goddamn Democratic woke motherfuckers out there who voted for this piece of shit looked at Trump and said, "You're racist. You're racist. You're not allowing the Hispanic guys to come over here, where they don't have freedom down there. We gotta bring them over here. You're keeping them out. That's racist. That wasn't the reason he was putting up the walls, you morons. You goddamn retards. That wasn't the reason he did it. The reason he put that fucking wall up was to keep everybody safe in the country. To keep all them criminals out of the country. To keep the drugs out of the country. To keep the cartel out of the country. He wasn't doing it to be mean. Oh, the mean orange hair guy. He writes mean tweets on Twitter all day. He mocked Clinton. He mocked Biden. We gotta get him out of office. He's a mean tweeter. Yeah, look what you got now, people. Take a look in the fucking White House and look what you got now. But hey, we ain't got no more mean tweets. I should digress. I should digress. Probably, I've read. She was specific recently, saying that a mom, a poor mother who lost 2 kids to fentanyl, that I killed her sons. Well, the interesting thing is the fentanyl they took came during the last administration, Biden said. Shameful and embarrassing. Representative Jim Banks commented on the video shared by the Republican National Committee. That's right, there's 2 good words for that, shameful and embarrassing. Let me see if this is the whole video with the mother. Yeah, it's taking me to Twitter. Let me see here.
He's saying that a poor mother.
Nah, that's the same thing. I wanted to get the thing where the mom is actually talking too. Kiesling said during the hearing of her son's death were the result of murder, not an overdose. I don't use the term drug overdose because this was not an overdose. This was murder, she said. This is a war. Act like it. Do something. According to Kiesling, her son's dealer was saved by a dose of Narcan, which can reverse overdoses. According to the report, Lorenzo Bravo was sentenced in 2021 to 8 to 15 years in prison for giving teens the fentanyl that led to their deaths. This was murder. I would definitely say it was murder. Now, I know people will sit there and say, well, they didn't put the drugs in their hands. The kids bought it somehow. The kids took it somehow. But then the mother was like, we thought they were Percocets. Turns out they were fentanyl drugs. So maybe the Chinese is getting clever by making and disguising this fentanyl to look like other prescription pills. I mean, look at the case within the last 3 years. 3 years ago, it came out recently, and you can watch my last episode of Tuned In Live, where I discussed where C-19 came from, and it was made in a lab in China, and it was purposely leaked out, but they didn't expect it or anticipate it to be as massive as it became. So now the Chinese are making fentanyl, shipping it to Mexico, because you can't take that shit inside the country, because that shit's got to be checked by what do you call it? I forgot. I don't forgot what the word is, but it's got to be checked in. It's got to be checked in at the docks. They're gonna be like, "What's in here? Drugs? Yeah, it ain't coming in unless you pay them off." And like, drugs? Okay, take them in. Now, what's the one thing you could? What's the one way you can smuggle drugs into this country? Through Mexico. Dump them in Mexico, pay them off, tell them to ship it in. Better, because you gotta get banned for false information. Well, last couple times I didn't. It all depends on how the thing is looked at, how the thing is interpreted on YouTube. So we shall see. I mean, I will post in there if it does get flagged for it or whatever. But I will say this, and to end it out, between Harris's husband trying to link school, trying to link angry parents to the Nazis and the Holocaust, which is, I will slap him in the face with a hot iron. That's where I'm at with that. Harris's husband, I want to take a broiling hot iron and smash him in the fucking face for what he said, comparing the Holocaust to these parents that are trying to keep these school boards from teaching their children stupid shit, to Biden, as ignorant as this motherfucker is, saying what he said and doing what he did, laughed about it. How are you going to laugh about the deaths of 2 children? Does this motherfucker laugh every time somebody gets shot? Let's say somebody walked in the White House and did something to somebody there that he cared about. I don't see him laughing then. Motherfucker's got dementia. He needs to be taken out of office. Christ. And this is what people voted. This is what people voted for. This is what people voted in. It's insane. I'm like, how can you fucking retards vote for this? They were forewarned about it. They were told about it. They seen it with their own eyes, how fucking hypocritical and stupid this son of a bitch is. But he's not making mean tweets. He's not bullying people on Twitter. He doesn't have orange hair. Trump may not have been a good opponent for debating, because Trump always went for the throat when he debated. That was one thing that some people who did vote for Trump would say. Rather than sticking to your guns with what you would do politically and for the country and all that, you know, he would go at Hillary, he would go at Biden. I understand. It's a childhood, you know, it's a kindergarten playground fight. You know, it is what it is. He's good as a businessman. He's a good businessman. And he did what he could in his 4 years for the country. While Democrats looked on and saw him as a threat. And they're like, well, let's do a little bit of voting fraud here. Voting fraud. Let's get him out. Let's get him out. On paper, Trump won. Everywhere else, Biden won. They got that motherfucker in there. But look what he's done in the last 2 to 3 years. Look what he's done. But hey, y'all got your stimulus checks for about 2 years. Y'all didn't get no mean tweets for 3 years. But how are you paying for it now? Illegal drugs coming into the country. Inflation. Going to war with other countries that we have no business with. Sending our fucking money to other countries that we have no business with, other than, oh, they grow the wheat over there. We get their wheat from there. Yeah, well, we could do the same thing here. If you would stop burning the goddamn farming fields, if you would stop blowing up the goddamn oil pipelines, we would have the shit over here that we need. We wouldn't need it from over there. So now the country is just about bankrupt thanks to Biden. People are suffering day to day thanks to Biden. Food resources will run out within the next 2 years thanks to Biden. Tons of businesses are going under thanks to Biden. In fact, already stores like Target and Walmart and the rest of them, they're already starting to shut down some of their stores in some of the states. I'm not shitting you, look it up. Right now, I just read somewhere in Maryland, there's a couple Targets that are closing down. They can't keep up with it. Inflation is too high. People are not buying as much. They're trying to do what they can. Trying to save every nickel and dime. Business is fucking dying, and Biden has killed it. If people have not seen that yet, if people have not come to terms with that yet, then this country is lost. And it might as well turn into a fucking Holocaust at this point. I mean, they're already threatening to take away your guns. They have been for the last 3 years. They just got to find a clever way of getting around the Constitution and doing it. Once they disarm you, that's when they come in. Adolf Biden, every state, if they fight back, shoot them. Never ask questions. Just shoot them. Dig a big hole. Pile them all in there. For the rest of y'all, thanks for supporting me. Let's keep this country going good. Oh, but you got to follow the rules. Not all Biden. He's just keep in mind, he's just a puppet. Yeah, that is true too. That is true too. Even though Biden, for so many years, since the 60s and the 70s, and everybody's seen those videos of him coming out. You know, this guy, he's always been in support of pedophilia and all that shit. You know, he's been a pedophile for 40, 50 fucking years. So yeah, he's still somewhat there in his mind, somewhat, but he is losing it. So yeah, it's a combination of Biden and his administration feeding him all this shit, and now his son is countersuing, you know, because they got his laptop and they're leaking all his information, and he's suing over his privacy. Nah, fuck his privacy. Fuck him. What's he going to get out of it? At least if they find something criminalizing on Hunter Biden, they can lock that motherfucker up. So there goes your countersuing. You going right to jail, buddy. Well, with the rest of your family. I'd rather see him in a fucking hole than a fucking prison cell, to be honest. But that's going to end it for today, guys. 2 hours and 20 minutes in. Guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here for this long with me. Might do another one this weekend. I'm not too sure. But if you're watching us on YouTube right now, our YouTube channel, Arrow Entertainment, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. And hit that notification bell to let you know when we'll be going live next time and what we'll be uploading. If you're watching us on twitch.tv/arrow with a name, hit that follow button over there as well. And if you guys are on Discord and you want to follow us on Discord, the link is down below in the description section on our Twitch page. Look down below in the About section. You can find a link down there for that. Click the link, come on over, join us on Discord. We'll have a good old time. And like I said, any articles that I've read today, anything that I've shared today will be in our channel on there under Tuned In Live Scrap. So if you want to read up on anything that was read or seen today on the show, you can check it out there. Also, once again, we are sponsored by W Energy Blend or Energy Drinks, dietary supplement. The link for that is down below in the description section if you want to try them out. And if you want to make a purchase on their website for any products, you can go on over there, pick your product, use coupon code ARROW, WAN. You'll save 10% on your purchase over there. However, buy at your own risk because it is a brand new product. I don't think it's FDA approved yet. So you can look into it. There's some good things said about it. There's some bad things said about it. So take it at your own risk. That's all I can say. And guys, like I said, once again, happy St. Patrick's Day. And until next time, we'll catch you on the flip. Stay tuned on the twitch.tv/The Jeff Hagee Show. Stay tuned for the next couple hours. My boy Jeff will be going live with the Jeff Hagee Show. So if you guys got money, if you want to make donations, if you want to see him drink and do prank calls, check him out over there. That is twitch.tv/The Jeff Hagee Show. Check him out later on tonight. Guys, catch you on the flip. See you later.
What we do here is go back.